Hollywood is full of glamorous love stories, but behind the red carpets and flashing cameras, many celebrities carry deeply personal stories that the public rarely hears about. One of those stories has just come to light thanks to actress Christina Applegate, who is opening up like never before in her new memoir. And in the middle of one of the most difficult chapters of her life, there was one unexpected person who helped her find safety and the courage to move on: actor David Boreanaz. Christina Applegate has spent decades in the spotlight, becoming a household name thanks to her unforgettable role as Kelly Bundy on the hit sitcom Married with Children. Over the years, audiences watched her grow from a teenage TV star into a respected actress with awards, iconic performances, and a long list of Hollywood credits. But while fans saw success and glamour, Christina reveals that parts of her early life were far more complicated and painful than many people realized. In her deeply personal memoir titled You with the Sad Eyes, Christina reflects on several relationships from her past. Some were short-lived romances, others were marriages that didn't last, and some were connections with famous figures like Brad Pitt and rock star Sebastian Bach. Yet among all these stories, one relationship stands out, not because of its duration, but because of the impact it had on her life. That relationship was with David Boreanaz. The story goes back to early 1993. At the time, Christina was already a recognizable television star, while David Boreanaz was just beginning his career. Fresh out of college, he landed one of his first credited television appearances on an episode of Married with Children. In the episode titled Movie Show, David played Christina's on-screen love interest. Ironically, his character was a rebellious biker who turned out to be a terrible boyfriend, cheating on Kelly Bundy and angering her father Al Bundy. But off-screen, things were completely different. Christina remembers meeting David during that week of filming and immediately forming a friendship. She describes him as funny, kind, and easy to talk to. During their lunch breaks on set, the two would spend time together talking and getting to know each other. What started as a casual friendship quickly became something more meaningful, especially because Christina was going through a difficult period in her personal life. At the time, she was involved in a long-term relationship with a boyfriend who was abusive. It was a situation that left her feeling trapped and emotionally drained. According to Christina, incidents with that boyfriend had become a painful pattern in her life, and during the week she met David, things once again escalated. One night that week, after another troubling moment with her boyfriend, Christina made a decision that would change everything. She picked up the phone and called David Boreanaz, even though she had known him for only a few days. She told him something very simple but very powerful: she didn't want to be alone in her house. Without hesitation, David came over to be there for her. Christina recalls that he stayed with her at her log cabin home, simply keeping her company and making sure she felt safe. That moment, she says, meant more to her than words can express. For Christina, it wasn't just about someone showing up. It was about finally feeling protected and supported during a time when she desperately needed it. In her memoir, she writes that David's presence helped her regain a sense of normalcy and security in her own home. Not long after that moment, the two began dating. Their relationship lasted only a few months, but Christina says it played a crucial role in helping her break away from the toxic situation she had been stuck in. Even though their romance didn't last long, she says she will always be grateful to him. Looking back now, Christina speaks about David with deep appreciation. She says that he helped her reach the point where she could finally leave the abusive relationship behind. For her, that was a turning point in her life. Despite their brief romance, the two actors remained respectful of each other over the years. For a long time, their relationship stayed mostly private and out of the public eye. But fans caught a glimpse of their warm connection years later in 2009, when David Boreanaz presented Christina Applegate with the Favorite Female TV Star Award at the People's Choice Awards. As he handed her the trophy on stage, the moment became unexpectedly sweet when the two shared a quick kiss. It was a simple gesture, but it reminded fans that their connection had once been very real. Life eventually moved forward for both stars. David Boreanaz continued building his acting career, becoming widely known for his role in the series Angel and later starring in hit shows like Bones and SEAL Team. He married Ingrid Quinn in 1997, though that marriage ended in divorce 2 years later. In 2001, he married model Jamie Bergman, and the couple now share 2 children together. Christina Applegate's life also continued to evolve. She married actor Jonathan Schaech in 2001, but their marriage ended in 2005. Later, she found lasting happiness with musician Martin Lenoble. The two married in 2013 and share a daughter together. In her memoir, Christina also reflects on the lessons she learned from her past relationships. She admits that when she was younger, she often found herself drawn to troubled partners, people she believed she could help or fix. But over time, she realized that kind of mindset can be emotionally exhausting and ultimately unsustainable. She describes how her mother once joked that she seemed to be attracted to broken birds, people who needed saving. Christina says she spent years believing she could heal those partners, but eventually she understood that real change has to come from within the person themselves. Now, by sharing her story publicly, Christina hopes that others can learn from her experiences. She wants people, especially young women, to understand that they deserve safety, respect, and healthy relationships. Her memoir is not just about Hollywood romances or celebrity gossip. It's about survival, growth, and learning to recognize your own worth. And within that journey, she makes it clear that she will always remember the moment when someone unexpectedly showed up for her during a dark time. For Christina Applegate, David Boreanaz will always be remembered as the person who helped her take the first step toward freedom.